Hello, my name is Stephanie Ross. I'm a librarian at Hudson Valley Community College. Welcome to Voices, a library lecture series. We would like to begin with an acknowledgement that we are gathered on the sacred homelands of the Mahikaniak, or Mohegan people, who are the stewards of this land. Today, the community resides in Wisconsin and is known as the Stockbridge-Munsee Mohegan Nation. We pay honor and respect to their ancestors, past and present. Voices presents speakers on timely and enduring issues each semester to broaden and enrich the scope of studies at Hudson Valley Community College. Please fill out the survey on the streaming page and email your questions to library@hvcc.edu. Today, Voices presents Hugh Hanley. Hugh is an early childhood educator and family entertainer who specializes in music programs for young children and the adults who sing with them. Hugh makes frequent visits from his home in Arlington, Massachusetts, to local schools, early childhood programs, libraries, and concert venues. He also tours regularly throughout the country to present his programs. Please welcome Hugh Hanley.
Thanks, Stephanie, for the introduction, and hello, everyone. Nice to be with you. I'm really pleased to be a part of the presentation, the Voices lecture series. As Stephanie mentioned, I'm an early childhood educator, and I spent 8 years as toddler teacher and preschool teacher in early childhood ed programs. And I used to do music play as part of the daily curriculum, and it eventually evolved into something that I do now full-time. I've been at it now full-time for over 35 years, and I've got the best job in the world. I hope today that I be able to share with you some of my favorite songs and finger plays and music activities that I use in my work with young children. Let me mention from the start that I've learned all of these songs and finger plays and music activities from children and teachers and parents. I don't make them up, I just spread them around. I like to say that I've tapped into the early childhood oral tradition. Before 150 years ago, if you wanted to hear a song, you had to hear it live. Now we have lots of recorded music available to us, and most of our music comes to us via recordings. But for thousands and thousands of years, music was only available live. And that's true of music play with young children too. Young children now have lots of CDs and recordings that they have available to them, and they're learning songs from them. But there's something special about what had been going on for thousands of years before recordings, and that was an interpersonal connection with music. The music that stays with children and that lets them know that they are music makers and not just music consumers is the music play that they experience as very young children. And it's come to us early childhood educators and parents to pass these songs and finger plays, these hands-on music activities to the young children. It used to be that their peers would pass them on, and it still happens to some degree. But now most of their peers are involved in other types of activities, different types of recreation, if you will. And music play has sort of fallen to the side on the playground. But I'm here to tell you that you as early childhood educators have an important role in passing along the music play activities that children love and that are so important for their development. Now, I'm going to present these songs and finger plays and music activities sort of in the developmental continuum that children go through. I'll start with some stuff that's appropriate for young children, the very youngest children, the infants and toddlers, and then we'll move on to preschoolers and then to stuff that's appropriate for older children. And there are no strict lines about what's good for babies and what's good for older children. Some of the things that the youngest infants enjoy are also enjoyed by older children. And although the younger children can't manipulate the way that older children can, they still enjoy watching and participating to the best of their ability. So let me just mention that probably the earliest experience that young children have, that infants have, with musical quality in their connection with other adults and with other children is through the connection that a mother has with a young child. One thing that parents use that's very musical is peekaboo. Can you hear the tune in that? Peekaboo. Children love that. The youngest infants, you'll see them smile when you play peekaboo with them. And also the way that mothers especially, but other caregivers and parents connect with young children is with a lilting musical quality in their speech. The researchers call it motherese, and it's sort of like, hello, how are you? Can you hear how that's sort of has a musical quality to it? Music stays with you more than just the the regular conversational voices that we hear. Researchers have shown that music activates both sides of the brain, whereas just regular verbal conversation only activates one side. And this is something that advertisers have certainly learned. The jingles that they write for advertising have stayed with us, stayed with me for many, many years. And I think that you probably experienced that too. So the motherese is the language that the tones that parents use and the caregivers use with young children has a musical quality to it too. As children get a little bit older, they will often enjoy bouncing, which has been used by parents and educators for many years. And there's many of them that are from the oral tradition that I picked up. One of my favorites is Trot Trot to Boston. And let me fix the camera here so you can see this baby a little bit better, and I'll move back. And if you're doing it with a very, very young child, say a 5-month-old or a 6-month-old, you'll probably want to do it gently, do that gentle bouncing and support the child's head as you bounce. And the bouncing is good not only because it's face to face, so the child can see you making see your mouth as you're speaking and singing, but also you have that eye contact. So it's a very personal connection that you'll have with a young child, with an infant when you're bouncing them. Trot Trot to Boston goes like this. Trot Trot to Boston, trot trot to Lynn. You better watch out or you might fall in. Trot trot to Boston, trot trot to Dover. You better watch out or you might fall over. With 5 months old, 6 months old, you want to do that gently. But when you get those older toddlers and those children are up around 1 or 16, 18 months, you can really bounce them. They enjoy that very vigorous bouncing. Mm-hmm. And this bouncing is also important for brain development and for balance too. This bouncing that a child will experience at a young age helps develop the vestibular system, which is located in your ear, but it's connected to all different types of things that are important for a child's development. The vestibular system, that is. You know, I hope that those of you who are watching will do some of these with me. They're so simple. Say it with me, if you will. Trot, trot to Boston, trot, trot to Lynn. You better watch out or you might fall in. Trot, trot to Boston, trot, trot to Dover. You better watch out or you might fall over. Another favorite of mine is Acca-Bacca Soda Cracker. It goes like this. Acca-Bacca Soda Cracker, Acca-Bacca Boo. Acca-Bacca Soda Cracker, up goes you. Acca-Bacca Soda Cracker, Acca-Bacca Boo. Acca-Bacca Soda Cracker, we love you. A great way to connect with an infant. So let me put baby down here and show you a few other things that I use with very young children when I sing with them. If you're not familiar with this already, you will be before too long. It's a proven winner with the very young children. It's a book called Brown Bear, What Do You See? And you can read this to the children and they love to read it and sing it. It's a very, very simple book, appropriate for even children who aren't speaking yet. They'll enjoy hearing you read it to them, which is really true. You know, you can start reading, and I would recommend that you start reading with children when they are infants, just to have that experience, that lap sitting and the connection with the book. This is a great book for young children. I made up a tune for it too. I like to sing Brown Bear, Brown Bear. I'll do a few pages with you. Brown bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Sing it with me. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. 2 more pages. Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Look at that blue horse too. He has a big tail and a long neck. You don't have to stick just to the text. Children will want it, especially when they're older, they'll want to comment on the books that you're reading. Take the time to listen to them and to actually go off script, so to speak, and to talk about the book other than just the narrative that's in the book. Sing it 1 more page with me. Here we go. Blue horse, what do you see? I see a green frog looking at me. Look, that green frog has a big pink tongue. Do you have a pink tongue too? I won't ask you to stick your tongue out, but children love to show you their tongue. I have one too. So, and it's not too long. It goes to the end where you go through all of the animals, and finally a teacher, who's the next to last page that the children see. Marvelous book. Again, it's by Bill Martin Jr. and the illustrations by that marvelous artist who we lost just recently, Eric Carle. So I'd recommend this and other books that have sort of a simple narrative, if you can make up a tune to it. And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, just add a little musical quality to these books that lend themselves to it. So that's a lot of the stuff that I do with very young children, the infants that I visit, that I sing with. I also do some chanting with older infants and toddlers. Now, many of them don't have their language yet, but they're able to say syllables. And I will usually start my chanting. And again, even with infants, I can bounce them. But when they're old enough to clap or just clap on their knees like this actually is an easier activity for a toddler to do than clapping, because it doesn't involve the center line of the body. So I usually start with that knee clapping. And with very young children, I'll do something like this. Who can say Baba? And some brave toddler will say Baba. Oh, Michael says Baba. And then another child will say Baba. And then we'll chant ba 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 ba. Not much content there, huh? But children are able to verbalize, and there's a musical quality to that too. Did you hear how my voice went up and down? It's very, very noticeable, and it goes to a beat. 2 things that are an important part of music are the beat, the rhythm, if you will, and the tonality of your voice. Even though there's not a tune, you can hear that the voice will go up and down. And I usually really accentuate it when I chant with young children with the simple syllables like that. After we do Baba, I say, well, we did Baba. Who can say La La? And then we do La La. And then we do G and Boo Boo and different sounds like that. Again, not much content, but children are getting involved There's an interpersonal relationship there, an interpersonal action. And it's something that young toddlers are capable of, and it will help them to verbalize and to be able to vocalize and make sounds, which is a great preparation for their being able to speak. So that works well. With older children, I chant all the time. I often usually start my circle times with chanting. It's a good way for kids to plug in. They can just get right into it. When I used to be a teacher in classroom, I would sit down in the circle before snack was over, and as children would finish their snack, they'd come to join me, and I just sit there clapping like this. And children would come and sit down, and when we got 3 or 4 children, we'd start a chant like Alligator Pie. Alligator pie, alligator pie. If I don't get some, I think I'm gonna cry. You can take away the green grass and take away the sky, but don't take away my alligator pie. Have you ever tasted alligator pie? I haven't either. But I know someone who had some one time, and she said it was pretty good. She had it in New Orleans. Well, we started with alligator pie. That was taken from a book by a Canadian author named Dennis Lee. I actually learned it from another teacher at a workshop that I was attending. And after we started singing about alligator pie, we wanted to sing about lots of other alligator foods too. And now the menu is longer than the International House of Pancakes. We do so many alligator foods. I'll share a few with you that are on the menu. How about alligator cake? Alligator cake. If I don't get some, I think I'll need a break. Take away my French fries, take away my shake, but don't take away my alligator cake. And I'll ask for suggestions from the children. And sometimes a child will say, let's do alligator sandwich. And I used to say, gee, alligator sandwich, that's a hard one to rhyme. I'll have to think about that. But you know what? I saw too many disappointed looks on children's faces. And I finally realized that it doesn't have to rhyme. Much better idea to go with this child's suggestion than to put them on hold. Try to endorse the children's ideas and their abilities as often as you can at circle time. It's poets don't rhyme all the time, and we don't have to either. So I'll do alligator sandwich, alligator sandwich. If I don't get one, I think I'm gonna cry. Take away the green grass and take away the sky, but don't take away my alligator sandwich. A few others that rhyme too. And I sometimes make up the rhymes on the spot, but sometimes when I can't think of a rhyme, a child will come up with one. Here's one that a child and a parent shared with me at a concert that I did one time. Alligator pizza, alligator pizza. If I don't get some, I don't think that I'll eat. So take away my MasterCard, take away my Visa, but don't take away my alligator pizza. When I do circle time, it usually goes for about a half an hour. I'll spend at least 5 minutes doing that chanting. And again, it's a great icebreaker. Children join right in on it. Sometimes they won't join in. There might be a few children in your circle that might just be watching, just be taking it in. I used to focus on them. Here's one you can do, David. But I saw too many disappointed looks on children's faces and too many ways of them hiding, sort of curling up when you put the spotlight on them. All of our musical models now are, in most cases, are professionals. They have beautiful voices. They have great instrumentation backing them up. We hear them on their recordings. And it's wonderful to hear that. But I think one of the messages that comes across to us in this environment of beautiful music is that if you can't sing like that, or if you can't play an instrument, that you should just sit back and listen and leave it to the professionals. That's not the way it's been for thousands of years. We are natural music makers, we human beings. It's one of the things that distinguishes us and our humanity. And it's important for children to know that they are not just consumers of music, but they are makers of music. And the best way to do that is to encourage them. Those children who are just sort of participating, I barely make eye contact with them anymore. And they are participating in their own way, they're listening. But once they realize that it's not about performing, it's not about being in the spotlight, it's about coming together as a group and making music together, playing with music together, that they will feel encouraged to join in. And I think there's a lesson there for teachers too. Don't worry about the fact that you might not have a voice like dewdrops dripping off of rose petals. Don't worry about the fact that you're not trained in music. Music play is something that you need this for, and you wouldn't be in the business of early childhood education if you didn't have a heart. So don't worry about the quality of your voice. Don't worry about any musical training that you might lack. It's about relaxing and having fun, engaging with others in music play. And a lot of it doesn't have to do with music, with singing, if you will. Some of my favorite activities that I do with young children are just simple hand games, finger plays, if you will. Real important for children to use their hands in music play. 5 songs are a great way to start. Let me share a couple of my favorite 5 songs with you. This is the 5 Little Hot Dogs. Toddlers can't quite sometimes get all of those fingers up in the order that they want, but they always try and they always join in. They always have fun with it. Do this with me. Show me your hot dogs. Put them in the pan. 5 little hot dogs frying in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 4 little hot dogs frying in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. How many now? Put them in the pan. 3 little hot dogs frying in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. And then 2 and then 1 and then no little hot dogs frying in the pan. The grease got hot and the pan went bam. And then I'll say, and the stove went bam. And then I'll say, and the fridge went bam. And then I'll stop and I'll just wait. And soon enough, they'll join in. You'll get it from everywhere. And the table went bam, and the house went bam, et cetera, et cetera. They are participating and putting their own input into this. Always encourage children to make suggestions about how to do songs. So there have been many times when children have had suggestions that, gee, I don't know if I want to try that, but be brave. The worst that could happen is that you have to stop the song and sit down and do another song. But it's wonderful to endorse their ideas and to go with their suggestions. It usually works out very, very well. So there's 5 song, the one about the 5 little hot dogs. You know, probably the one about the monkeys jumping on the bed. Let me share this other monkey one with you too. 5 little monkeys swinging in a tree. Can you do it too? Teasing Mr. Alligator. Can't catch me, can't catch me. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and snapped one monkey right out of that tree. Now there are 4. Say it with me. 4 little monkeys swinging in a tree. Don't be embarrassed. Come on, do it with me. Teasing Mr. Alligator. Can't catch me, can't catch me. There's nothing to be embarrassed about it. Good modeling, teachers. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and snapped one monkey right out of that tree. If you don't do it, you won't learn it. It's got to be in the hand. If it's not in the hand, it's not in the brain, and it's not in the heart. Do it with me. 3 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Alligator. Can't catch me, can't catch me. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and snapped one monkey right out of that tree. And then they get the second one. Now this last monkey is a little different. He's very tricky and very clever. 1 little monkey swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Alligator. Can't catch me, can't catch me. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be. Snap. Ha ha, you missed me, na 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 boo boo. That last one always gets away. They love these songs, these finger plays, these activities where they can get hands on them. I haven't sung any songs yet, certainly not with the guitar, but I'll share with you one of my favorite songs that children love. And they love Old Macdonald too, but sometimes after a teacher has sung it every day for the past year and a half, they'll want something a little different. I love this song because it's very, very simple, and children know those animal sounds, so they can participate too, and they can suggest the different animals that you'll put in the song. It goes like this. Oh, what does the cow say? What's the cow say? What does the cow say? Let me hear it. What does the cow say? The cow says, all the day. What other animals can we sing about? Yeah, let's do the sheep. What does the sheep say? I think I hear those sheep. What does the sheep say? Bah. What does the sheep say? Bah. The sheep says bah all the day. Oh, this song translates very nicely into Spanish too. Que dice el gato? Meow. What does the cat say? Meow. Que dice el gato? Meow. The cat says meow all the day. Sometimes we do loud animals. What does the lion say? I guarantee you they'll be louder than you are. What does the lion say? What does the lion say? Roar. El león dice roar todo el día. And then we'll do a quiet animal. What does the giraffe say? What does the giraffe say? What does the giraffe say? They're so quiet, they just chew the leaves. Giraffe says, all the day. And so it goes. And that song can go on for as long as you can think of animals to put in it. Sometimes you don't know a sound that the raccoon makes. Just play it by ear. Whatever you think they might say works well. It's just important for you to relax and have fun doing this. It's not about performing. It's about coming together and making music. And I know you can do it. I hope you will. I try not to have children sitting singing for more than, maybe 10 or 15 minutes tops, especially the toddlers. You know, when you're singing with toddlers, one will get up and then another get up, and that's your cue. Time for you to get up and move around, do an activity song, and then sit back down, and you're good for another 5 or 10 minutes. But I have a lot of large motor music activities that are appropriate for young children. And I'll share with you one here. We have a video from a television show that I've made in my local cable station. And this excerpt will show you one of my favorite large motor activities that I use with toddlers, but older children love it too.
Your knees, and when you make a little bunny, keep your knees underneath your belly so you don't kick your friends. Okay, we'll make a nice little bunny. Here we go. See the little bunnies sleeping until noon. Come and let us wake them with a merry tune. Oh, how still are they ill? Wake up now, hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. See the little bunnies sleeping until noon. Come and let us wake them with a merry tune. Oh, how still are they ill? Wake up now, hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Sing it with me, friends. See the little bunnies sleeping until noon. Come and let us wake them with a merry tune. Oh, how still are they ill? Wake up now, hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop little bunnies, hop, 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 hop.
And so it goes. The video is a little halting there, but I think you get the idea. And actually, you can access that video and many others at my cable television station on YouTube. If you, I think that there'll be information about that available at the end of the talk here. All right, show me your sticky bubblegum hands. Yuck, ooh. I guarantee you, you'll be sick of this song. Children won't, though. It goes on and on. Sing it. Sticky, 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 sticky bubble gum. Bubble gum. Bubble gum. Sticky, 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 sticky bubble gum. Makes my hand stick to my tummy. And you pull them. And you pull them. And you pull them away. Sing it. Sticky, 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 sticky bubble gum. Bubble gum. Bubble gum. Sticky, 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 sticky bubble gum. Makes my hand stick to my cheeks. And you pull them. And you pull them. And you pull them away. One more time so you get that tune. Sticky, 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 sticky bubble gum. Bubble gum, bubble gum, sticky, 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 sticky bubble gum makes my hand stick to my mouth. Pull them away. And as you can tell, you could sing that as long as you could think of different body parts or friends or floor or whatever that you could stick your hands to. But after that, we always have to wash our hands. So turn on the water and get your hands wet and get some soap too. Tops and bottoms, in between, rub your hands together, nice and clean, nice and clean. Wash the soap off under the water. Turn off the water. Shake them in the sink. Get your paper towel and dry your hands. And after your hands are dry, where do you put that paper towel? In the trash. Nice and clean. Well, these are all songs that I use with younger toddlers and older toddlers too. And again, they're not capable of doing all of them. But as you introduce them to them and they practice them and engage with them, they will be able to do them. Here's one that a 2-year-old can barely manipulate, but by the time they're 3, if they've been doing it with you, they will be able to. Pointer, tall one, pointy nose. Can you make a bunny too? Here is a bunny with ears so funny, and here is a hole in the ground. When a noise she hears, she pricks up her ears and she jumps in the hole in the ground. Do it with me again. Pointer, tall one, pointy nose. Here is a bunny with ears so funny, and here is a hole in the ground. When a noise he hears, he pricks up his ears and he jumps in the hole in the ground. There's a lot going on there, not only manipulation with one hand and the other, and sometimes I will then switch and do the bunny in this hand and the hole in this hand, but the child doing it is crossing the center line, which is important for coordination and actually connects to cognitive development too. And there's a narrative there. It's, there's narrative our lives are narratives. Narratives are a big part of our experience of this world. And this little narrative that children are telling with their whole body and with their voices is a great way for them to prepare for literacy for telling stories, connecting that way. So there's a lot that's happening with these very simple songs and finger plays and music activities. Here's another one that I do too. I like to show the children that I have some pretend balloons, and I have enough for everyone. So I'm going to just throw them out into the screen and you can catch them. Ready? Here, catch. Did you get one? Oh, there's some that didn't get one. Just pick it up. It's right there next to you on the desk. What color did you get? I've got an orange one. Let's blow them up. Blow the balloon. Blow the balloon. Blow and blow and blow and blow and blow. Where did my balloon go? It popped. Don't worry, I got more. Here, catch. What color did you get this time? Gold lame. Let's blow them up. Sing it with me. Blow the balloon. Blow the balloon. Blow and blow and blow and blow and blow. Where did my balloon go? So simple, huh? And so much fun. They love to do this, and they'll ask for it again and again. And that song, like several others that you'll hear used with young children, introduces a scale, a 5-note scale that is the foundation, if you will, of the way we in Western civilization hear and make sense of and produce music. Other civilizations have different scales that inform their musical sensibility, but those 5 notes, la 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 la, in Western music is the basis. And it can start any place. It could start high, like la 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 la, or lower on a different note, la 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 la. But it's that sequence, that relationship that forms that scale for those of us who are from Western civilization. Here's one that I will do with very young toddlers too. It's a copy song, and there's a lot of songs that where children will copy what you'll do. This one works great, and I always I call it always the same. Again, many of these songs I don't know who made them up or what their official names are, but this song goes like this. Let everyone clap hands like me. Let everyone clap hands like me. Come on and join in the game. You'll find that it's always the same. Can you do it too? Let everyone rub their belly like me. Let everyone rub their tummy like me. Come on and join in the game. You'll find that it's always the same. Let everyone wiggle their fingers like me. Let everyone wiggle their fingers like me. Come on and join in the game. You'll find that it's always the same, etc., etc. I'm just giving you a brief sample of these songs because we have a pretty strict time limit here. But these songs can go on much longer, obviously. And some of these, you'll choose to do just quickly, or just a short sampling, and the other song you can spread out. You don't have to stick with what's on the recording. You can play it by ear, see what works best, and go with that. I have another video that I'll share with you that I use with toddlers, but older children enjoy it too. It's called Gray Squirrel, and the tune is from a classical piece. I don't know which it is, but here it is.
Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Wrinkle up your little nose. Hold a nut between your toes. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. You learned it. Sing it with me, friends. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Wrinkle up your little nose, hold a nut between your toes. Gray squirrel, swish your bushy tail. Boom, 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 boom. Here's another one. Boom.
We'll have to save that for another time, the grand old Duke of York. You notice that I stopped that song so the children could join in. You can't do that if you're listening to a recording. The great thing about making music with young children in the real time is that you're in control. You can, or they're in control. You can just change it around any way that you want, as often as you want. It doesn't have to stay the exact same way all the time. So let me share with you now a song that I learned from a teacher that children love. She told me they love it, and I tried to remember it, and I think I might have made up one of the verses a little differently from the way she taught it because I forgot it. And that's part of the folk process, you know. People who learn songs from other people, you know, sometimes they don't remember them exactly, or sometimes maybe they think, I don't like that way, I'm going to switch it around. These songs are yours to use, and the way that the right way to do them is the way that works for you. So, you know, feel free to change these songs, to manipulate them to suit your needs. This is a great song. Children love it. It goes like this. There's a train, and it rolls right along the track. Where it goes, nobody knows, but it always comes right back. There's a train, and it rolls right along the track. Where it goes, nobody knows, but it always comes right back. And the whistle goes toot toot, and the whistle goes toot toot. There's a train, and it rolls right along the track. Where it goes, nobody knows, but it always comes right back. And the whistle goes toot toot, and the whistle goes toot toot. The conductor says, all aboard. The conductor says, all aboard. There's a train, sing it. There's a train, and it rolls right along the track. Where it goes, nobody knows, but it always comes right back. And the engine goes chick chick chick, and the engine goes chick chick chick, and the whistle goes toot toot, and the whistle goes toot toot. The conductor says, all aboard. The conductor says, all aboard. There's a train, and it rolls right along the track. Where it goes, nobody knows, but it always comes right back. And there's another part to it. The wheels go. And you might have noticed that I added the conductor in the second verse because I forgot to do it in the first verse. And who cares? You know, it's fun. It's, you know, it's not like it's going to be recorded and spread all over the world. Of course, you can do many takes too until you get it right if you're recording. But when you're having fun making music, you know, you can make mistakes and there's no big deal about it. So we all make those mistakes. Sounds like real life, doesn't it? Here's another 5 song that I do with older children. 5 little soldiers standing in a row. 3 stood straight and 2 just so. Sometimes children say, what does just so mean? I say, just like that. Here he comes. Along came the general, and what do you think? Those 2 little soldiers jumped. Quick as a wink. Can you wink with one eye? Not many children can do that. You can't do it either? Try lifting your cheek. Children often say, I can do it with both eyes, look. Well, we bent over Thumpkin and Pinky that time. Now let's bend over the two in the middle. 5 little soldiers standing in a row. 3 stood straight and 2 just so. Along came the general, and what do you think? Those 2 little soldiers jumped, quick as a wink. Then I'll say, well, we bent over 2 soldiers. How many should we bend over this time? And children will say, oh, let's do 4. And then I'll say, which 4 would you like to bend over? And they'll show me. Maybe they'll just keep one finger up like this. So we'll sing it that way. 5 little soldiers standing in a row. 1 stood straight and 4 just so. Along came the general, and what do you think? Those 4 little soldiers jumped, quick as a wink. There we go. And you can see that that could go on for a long time too. And again, it gives the children a chance to participate and have their suggestions. They might not be able to get those fingers just right. And Lord knows they won't be able to just get Ringo to stand up. That's the hardest one. But they'll be trying, they'll be doing the best they can. And eventually they'll be able to master that manipulation. Let me do the Uncle Jesse song. This is a proven winner. And again, this is a song where children have to listen and look or understand, take it in, and then find out if it's them that the song includes. And I use, again, this song, I can do many, many verses with this song. Usually I have to stop at about 4 or 5, but because we have other songs to do, but children would love to go on for 20 minutes with this song. It goes like this. Here comes Uncle Jesse. He's coming through the fields with his horse and buggy, and he knows just how you feel. He's hollering, if you like ice cream. Who likes ice cream? Stand up if you like ice cream. Come on, stand up. Oh, clap your hands. If you like ice cream, clap your hands. If you like ice cream, clap your hands. If you like ice cream, clap your hands. Now sit down. Sing it. Here comes Uncle Jesse. He's coming through the fields with his horse and buggy, and he knows just how you feel. He's hollering, if you have the color pink on your clothes or shoes today. Anyone have pink? Stand up if you have pink. And stomp your feet if you have pink. Stop your feet if you're wearing pink. Stop your feet if you have pink. Stop your feet. Now sit down. Sing it. Here comes Uncle Jesse. He's coming through the fields with his horse and buggy, and he knows just how you feel. He's hollering, if you like mushrooms. Sometimes you'll get a few kids to stand up for this one. Sometimes I'm the only one who stands up. Oh, rub your tummy. If you like mushrooms, rub your tummy. If you like mushrooms, rub your tummy. If you like mushrooms, rub your tummy. Now sit down. Last time. Here comes Uncle Jesse. He's coming through the fields with his horse and buggy, and he knows just how you feel. He's hollering, if you have an ombligo. Oh, you don't know what an ombligo is? That's a word in the Spanish language. It means belly button. Stand up if you have a belly button, and act like a chicken. If you have a belly button, act like a chicken. Quack, quack, quack. Act like a chicken. Quack, quack. Act like a chicken. Now sit down. You can see how that could go on for a long time and how children love to do that. Wonderful song. Here's another standing up song that I from my television show. Again, something, it's a large motor activity, a group game that is a little more involved than the ones I've been showing you, which are appropriate for younger children. I don't think that toddlers or even older preschoolers could probably do this, but it would be tough for younger children. It's called Rolling Down the River.
Check out this verbo. Oh, man.
That's not it.
That's an ad.
Oh, we got an ad here. Okay, let's get rid of that.
Well, Hugh, I think we are running out of time. So I can make the video available to anyone in attendance today, and definitely share your YouTube channel with anyone interested, and so that they can access those recordings on another day.
That'd be great, Stephanie. I'm sorry, I didn't see your 5-minute warning. So I'm sorry if I went a little longer than I should have. Teachers, future teachers, parents who are accessing this the recording of this this talk, have fun with these songs. That's the most important thing. It's supposed to be play. It's not. We learn by playing, especially when we're very young. It's the foundation of our learning, and I would encourage you to have fun with these songs and finger plays and music activities. Thank you all, and thanks Stephanie, and thanks Denise for doing the signing for this session too. And are there any questions that or comments that those who are watching might have? There's
only one question, and it is, what would you do if an infant is not able to bounce or is physically not interested in bouncing on your lap? What would you do?
I certainly wouldn't force the child to do it. That's not the way for a child to learn, by making them do something that especially an infant, that they would rebel against. I would try rocking. I would rock, and maybe rock rhythmically, and rock to Boston, rock to Lynn, rock to Boston, you might fall in, something like that. That would probably work well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Hugh. This has been wonderful. Thank you for sharing the songs and the melodies with all of us. I can say that I know from personal experience, Sticky Bubblegum is a hit, and anyone that wants to share that song with a young child, I think they'll become very popular right away. So thank you so much for your time and your preparation and sharing these songs with the Hudson Valley Community College community.
It's been my great pleasure, Stephanie. Thanks so much. And again, let everyone know that there's information and connection to my YouTube channel at my website. It's hughhanley.com. And you'll find out more than you ever need to know about me there. Thanks so much, everyone. Keep singing.
Thank you.